In 2024, the remodeling company that I worked for almost fell apart overnight. The owner, who ran all of the administrative and pre-construction side of the business, had a medical emergency that left him unable to be involved in operations. To make matters worse, the company had been struggling to survive for months already. Every job that we did was unprofitable, and we sunk deeper and deeper into debt with every day that we kept our doors open. And when I opened up the files to see what we had, it was bare bones to say the least. We had one Google Doc that we used to track leads, emails that were forgotten from customers, no SOPs, no systems, nothing. My coworker Zach and I had two choices. We could bail on the business and let it die, or we could stay and fight. We chose to fight. And in our first year taking charge, that broken company made over $129,000 in revenue. Here's how we did it. Number one, we centralized every lead. The first thing that we had to fix was our leads. The old Google Doc that we had used was a mess. Nothing was up to date. We had no way to tell who was ready for a site visit, who had been sent an estimate already, or who had already paid a deposit on their project. So I got access to the owner's email, and I pulled every single lead I could off of there, and I put them all in a spreadsheet that we could easily track them with. We didn't have money for a CRM, so we used Google Drive. Every new lead got its own folder. Then we moved that lead from stage to stage through our lead pipeline. New lead, site visit, estimating, estimate sent, closed won or closed lost. Simple, clear, organized. Just what you want for your leads. Number two, we systematized how we took new leads. Our website contact form already sent messages to my email. That's good. But the phone number, that was still going to the owner. So I set up a Google Voice number that forwarded to my phone. Then I updated our website and socials to reflect that change. Then we wrote a simple plan for how we would talk to new leads. We would reply fast, and we would offer 3 different times that we could be available to meet for a site visit. Fast replies, clear next steps. This alone helped us to save a ton of leads. Number 3, we started using estimating and invoicing software. We needed clear, clean, readable estimates and invoices, not long emails, messy PDFs, or worse, no estimate at all. So we signed up for Joist. It was $32 a month, and it allowed us to send estimates, take payments, and send change orders. It wasn't fancy, but it made us look professional right away. Number 4, we wrote a real contract for every job that we had. We had never used a contract on any of our projects before. That meant unclear expectations, lost money, and no protection when things went wrong. So we wrote a simple contract with the help of a remodeler friend and ChatGPT, and we used it for every job that we had. It covered payment terms, timeline, scope, change orders, warranty, and expectations. This alone saved us a ton of stress, made us look more professional, and helped us to get paid on time. You can learn more about what to include in your contracts by downloading our free ebook, The Contractor Business Kit. Link is in the description. Number 5, we tracked our budget every month. Next, we created a spreadsheet so that we could track every dollar coming in and every dollar going out. At first, it was time-consuming, but it was well worth it. It showed us where our money was going, where we were wasting money, and where we needed to push harder. Every contractor has to know their numbers. This is a great first place to start. Once we saw the real numbers, we realized something tough. We didn't have enough work coming in to support 3 full-time employees. So Zach and I formed our own LLC, and we ran the work through that. We kept doing business under the same name that we had been using previously, and we paid the owner a royalty fee to continue using the brand assets, the website, and the book of business. This allowed us to not miss a beat. In our state, that meant that we didn't have to pay for workers' comp, since we were no longer W-2 employees, but we were owners of our own business. Our other coworker ended up finding another job, and our business became lean again. This move cut our overhead and allowed the business to stay alive. Business ownership is tough, it's messy, and it's chaotic, especially when you're thrown into it like we were. But simple systems can turn chaos into order. If you want to hear more about the mindset that I have about business and how I overcame some of the fears that I had going into business, click here for the next video.